Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel here on the Jake Berlin channel, if you will, because that's what it's called. Not called anything specific like Apocalypse or a certain point of view. But this is the Whiskey Jedi podcast. If you have joined me before, thank you so much for joining me back as we're here to drink some whiskey and talk some fun topics for the evening. And if you have not joined me before, thank you so much for finding me and hanging out and being part of this. What we do here is we pair a topic with a whiskey, essentially. For the most part in the past, it's been a lot of Star Wars. And recently I kind of shifted that into stuff that I just really wanted to talk about, whether it be movies, television. That's kind of the realm where it's going to be. But there will definitely be Star Wars on here. Don't worry if you are here for that. But today is going to be a fun one. We're revealing our heist team. And this was difficult. This was extremely difficult to do. But I'm very, very excited to do so. And we are pairing that with a Pinhook bourbon that is rightfully titled Heist. And it works out well with the concept that we have tonight. So, and I keep saying we, because I got a little partner in crime for this tonight. He actually came up with the topic. As I give all my guests, they come up with the topic, they come up with the drink. And my buddy Dom, who has joined me before, is back. And so let's go and bring him on as we talk heist movie characters for our favorite heist. So here we go. What up, buddy?
What's up? What's up?
Welcome back, man. Thanks for joining me again, dude.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean,
I know you've been waiting for the invite back, because I know it was funny when we originally talked, you gave me like 7 topics to talk about that were strictly Star Wars, right?
Correct.
And then I changed some things and you sent me a list of like 7 more things that were non-Star Wars. So we have like 14 episodes to shoot, essentially.
I mean, what if I only had one idea? That'd just be
That's true.
That's just like bad. It's like a bad guest, you know.
No, I feel you. But yeah, no, so that's very true. I'm not gonna do them without you, but tonight we're doing 6 movie characters for a heist team. And like I said, this was extremely difficult. So just for anybody who is watching, originally it was 5. And then we were texting earlier today and we're like, okay, like, can we just do at least 6 just to add one more to the list? Because the list is so big and it's hard to just narrow it down with so many great characters.
Like you can't win an NBA championship without that 6th man on the bench.
That's
so. How do you expect to, rob a bank or steal from secret government files without that 6th man? Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Totally agree. Well, before we get to revealing our characters here, have you tried this yet?
I have not. So I got off a little early and I was a good boy and I waited. So
right. Well, let's take a sip. Let's see how we like it. Pinhook Bourbon Heist here.
Holy crap.
Wow.
So I told you, but for everyone else listening, I accidentally didn't know there was variations of the bottle, but I got the high proof. So it's purple, not orange as in the photo that you put up. It is 119.9% or 9 proof. So that, whoo.
That just hits you. That just hits you.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it in my toes for sure. That's a lot of alcohol. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Everybody. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Real quick, Brandy Parker, one of my regular viewers here, she's actually in she's in Whiskey University right now, and she's learning about whiskey and all types of whiskeys. And she came and said, "I know I've had Pinhook, but I can't even remember if I liked it or not." Hopefully, we'll be able to remind you, Brandy. So far, so good. So far, so good.
I haven't had it either. Apparently, this version is only released once a year.
I was reading up on their website, and they change them every few years. It's not.
So it's actually named after a horse.
Yeah.
And I looked up what pinhooking is. Do you know what that means?
No, I didn't look that up. I didn't look that far.
Oh, well, sorry. I have a lot of spare time on my hands. But pinhooking is you basically buy. I'm not into horse racing, so if you're a jockey, I'm sorry if I get the terms wrong, but you buy the calf horse the young horse. I don't know what they're called.
Okay.
And then you train it to be
The stud.
To be a stud, and then
Okay.
you sell it. So you get it for like the premature years, and then you sell it once it studs out, and you make money that way. So that's what pinhooking is. So that's basically what they're doing. Is they take this alcohol, hold on to it for 2 or 3 years, and do their secret concoction with it, and then they release it again.
All right, good to know. Good to know. We'll talk a little bit more about it as the show goes on, probably about halfway through, kind of our feelings, everything like that. But let's get to this because we have 6 characters to reveal each. Did you break them down into like the planner, the driver, like the whole 9, like I did?
Are you mistaking me for someone who's not thorough about everything they do?
I know it's a dumb question, but I gotta ask.
7 options. Do you think I just threw names out there?
I had to ask. So we can reveal these in any way we want. If you want to save the big ones for last or middle or whatever, but I'm gonna let you do the honors of revealing your first one. We'll talk about it, and then I'll move on to my first one. We were talking before we got going, and we're hoping that there's not a single character that crosses over. But more than likely, like the last time we got together, we both had the same number 1 on our ranking. There's a very high likely chance that does happen. But with that said, Dom, go ahead and reveal it. Who is one of your team members on your heist team?
Do you want to agree that the leader or like head honcho was last?
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to call? You want to call them the mastermind?
Mastermind. That's good. Mastermind.
The mastermind. Yeah, I'll call them the mastermind.
All right. I'm gonna get my driver out of the way.
That's a big one for me.
I'm going wheelman, and this I had to put a guilty pleasure pick.
Oh God! I swear if this is the same,
it's Frank Martin.
Oh no!
Okay.
But that's a great choice. The transporter.
Yes, I knew I had to have Jason Statham on my team one way or another.
Okay.
So I just had to find from any of the 12 movies where he robs a place to put him in. But I'm going with driver Frank Martin, Jason Statham, the transporter. I watched those 3 movies a lot in high school, just like while I did homework. But it ended up just watching Jason Statham drive around and beat people up.
I love those movies. I think those movies are awesome.
Yes, exactly.
And his driving skills are ridiculous. I also love the way he goes about it, where he's got to wear the suit. Mm-hmm. He can't ever look at the package, but he always seems to look at the package. And he drives a great car. So
my team needs rules, and I know that he will stick to those rules. If my team doesn't stick to rules, we will fail. So Frank Martin's he's not the rule setter, but he'll definitely keep everyone in line.
Okay. So I also went. So it's funny when I Googled and like did research on like heist movies, Jason Statham is like in like half of them. He does a lot of heist movies. So I, as you did, I knew I had to have him on my team, and there were multiple options on what character I really wanted to have on my team, but I ended up going with, and I'm going to call him the specialist because he kind of does a bunch of different things. I'm going Arthur Bishop from The Mechanic.
Okay. I've actually never seen that.
Oh man, they're good. They're good. He's kind of more so like an assassin, if you will, but he gets weapons. He can get in and out of places. He makes, and I know this is for a heist, but he makes kills look like suicides. So he's very tactical. And again, it's Jason Statham. So you can never go wrong with any Jason Statham character, really.
Yeah. I would have been distraught if Jason Statham wasn't talked about in this podcast for at least.
So since Jason Statham is off the board, what were the other options for Jason Statham that you had?
Handsome Rob, Italian Job.
That was the only other one I thought about. The only other one.
Oh, well, I mean,
I know he's in a bunch, but that's the only other one that I was considering to put on the list.
If you want, you could do Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
And he also did a movie called The Bank Job.
Yes, which I never saw, but I was like, it's
a great little movie.
And then I figured you could do his, if you wanted, you could do like his Fast and Furious character.
Oh yeah, Deckard Shaw.
Yeah, Shaw. But yeah, I feel like I'm missing one. I mean,
He
he's
does a
in
lot.
Snatch. He's in Snatch, but he's not really.
I mean, could you consider him in the Expendables? Right? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's a badass. So.
He's a specialist at knives in that movie. He throws knives. So.
Well, if we needed like a silent job,
a silent assassin. There you go.
Yeah. I've never seen Crank, but I mean, he does a bunch of cool stuff.
Those movies are wild.
Like, I just remember the poster or like he's like got the car battery to the tongue.
Yeah.
He probably does cool stuff in that if he's doing that.
Those movies are crazy. Crank and Crank High Voltage. All right, let's get to number 2. Again, any order. I'll let you take this one. Which specialist, if you will, are we going next?
So I'm gonna go with I put down like the lieutenant. So just the person who's the fixer, the right-hand man, person who's kind of going to be down for everything.
Okay.
And be able to be a kind of voice in my mastermind's head to like make sure everything's good. And I'm going with Ray. It's just Ray in the movie, but that's Charlie Hunnam's character from The Gentleman.
Oh my God. I forgot about that movie.
So
that is such a great choice.
I'm going with him because, he's in a way, the movie is moving through him the whole time. So you're kind of with whether he's being told the story by
that is such Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant's character, thank you. And then it's also partially because I want to know if he carries that gun the whole time, because
how he has it's so cool under the trench coat. It's so cool.
That scene when he finally pulls the gun out and because he's trying to get the phone back from the kid. So he's my lieutenant, and that's basically what he does for Matthew McConaughey's trailer or character. And just wanted to play that role, but for my mastermind, that will be listed later.
I gotta rewatch that movie. That movie's so good. I've only seen it once when it came out. It's so good. Yeah, I gotta rewatch it. Plus, there's whiskey on the poster, so like, why not? All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with my safecracker, because look, there's a lot of different versions of heist, but if we're talking about heists in general, typically it has to deal with some kind of safe. Mm-hmm. That's like the 90 percentile of what heist movies are about. And when I think of safecracker, and there's a lot of good ones, but there's truly only one that came to mind, and I needed a female on my team. I needed a female, and so I'm going with Stella from The Italian Job.
Yes. Thank you.
Did you have her?
She's not on my list.
Okay.
That was a hard one to leave off.
So Charlize Theron, as Stella, very young Charlize Theron, and The Italian Job is arguably probably my favorite heist movie. Like I grew up on that movie, came out when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. But also you kind of get like a double dose with her. She's an incredible driver. She is a badass driver. And I like going the route of not everyone sticking in one car, but multiple versions or multiple cars and locations, and having her as a driver is never a bad thing. She's also incredibly smart. And like I said, she's kind of that female voice to kind of bring all these testosterone driven men down to earth. And I think she's a great choice. So Stella from The Italian Job.
Also, she's second generation. So there's just like a whole layer of wisdom that she has learned.
Good call.
From her father.
Good call.
Even though he's slightly estranged in the movie, but she knows what's up.
All right, what do you got next?
I will go with my tech hacker, safecracker, petty theft person. And this person was like a no-brainer. As soon as like other names on here have changed, this one has been on my list the whole time. And that's Lisbeth Salander. That is Rooney Mara, or if you want to go with Noomi Rapace, girl with the dragon tattoo.
That's a great pick.
She can do it all. If we get caught up, she's blackmailing the cops and we're getting off.
That is a great pick.
So, she's, whether you're choosing Rooney Mara's character. I do love that movie. Have you seen the originals trilogy?
No, I've never seen the Numi Rapist ones. No.
Okay, so she's awesome too in that, and there's 3 movies, so you can kind of see more of what she can do. But I'll just stick with the David Fincher one. I mean, in that, she's sick on the motorcycle, so she can drive.
Yep.
She's hacking left and right. She's like a super sleuth, and she can do the cons. She's got the sleight of hand, so kind of a little Swiss Army knife, if you will.
Absolutely. Have you seen the Girl in the Spiderweb, the new one?
That's
with Claire Foy.
No, so that was the second American one. No, I never saw.
Yeah. It was cool. I would have loved to have seen more because I think that Claire Foy was actually a really good character. I never even thought of her. Since she's because she works in the black market. That's a really, really, really good choice there.
And you can trust her. As long as you don't betray her, she'll ride or die. So
absolutely. All right, I'm gonna do the inevitable, and I'm gonna reveal my driver because this was the worst part of this list for me. Just because I'm such a car movie guy, and I love there's so many good drivers out there. And I've already had 2 people yell at me if I didn't have one person on this list. And it's not that person. So you can continue to yell at me. That's fine. But I again, am going with a guilty pleasure of mine. And everyone's going to be like, oh, my God, of course, Jake. Yes. For my driver, my main driver, I'm going Memphis Reigns from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Give it to me. I know everyone is calling for Baby and Baby Driver. I get it. On the thumbnail is Ryan Gosling from Drive. That was also a really, really good choice. But I cannot veer away from the fact that Nicolas Cage is single-handedly the best car driver to ever grace the movie screen. Better than Dom Toretto, better than Brian O'Connor, and he drives the greatest car of all time, a 67 GT 500 Mustang. So, Dom, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I've never seen it.
Oh, my God.
This is all you. This is your time to shine. So
come on, man. Memphis Reigns, he stole 50 cars in one night.
I know the movie.
If that's not a heist, what is?
Well, I mean, that's true.
Anybody can steal $100,000. He stole 50 cars in one night. One night. Come on.
Well, I'll put it on the watch list, but
I'm gonna do a pseudo challenge on Apocalypse and challenge you.
You're just gonna call me out. I won't even be there.
I'm gonna call you out on the channel, not even challenge one of the other guys. I'm be like, Dom, you're watching Gone in 60 Seconds.
All right. I guarantee you I will watch it before next weekend. There you go.
Perfect. That's all I care about. Perfect. All right, what do you got next? So we got 3 down so far. 3 down so far.
It's been tough. The driver one was very tough. Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Baby.
Let's put a halt on the list real quick. Let's talk about the whiskey for a sec. So did you find this via just like Google, or is this something that you've kind of been interested in for a while?
I've heard of Pinhook, but no, we were talking. I was like, let's just, when we decided on heist, I was like, would larceny, which is the famous bourbon, would that be just too on the nose? And then I was like, I'll see if there's anything else. And then this popped up, and I was like, oh well, it's kind of different. It's out there. I've never had Pinhook. I've seen it at Total Wine and stuff, but
I've never seen it before.
Oh,
yeah, and I'm glad because I like it. I enjoy it. It's a good bourbon, and I've found myself liking a lot more bourbons lately than I do like the scotches and stuff, which I typically go towards. But that's just because bourbons are a little bit more popular. There's a lot more of them. And the name is also really cool too.
Yeah, it is. And the bottle's really cool. And once I found out like it's an actual horse. This horse is actually called Bourbon Heist. Like that's there's a real horse somewhere racing. Yeah. Also, I love that it has how tall it is, 16 hands. Like this is like a baseball card for the horse.
Yep.
What percentage is yours? What's like the
Mine is the bottle is over there, but hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Because I don't want to have to get up again. Let me see.
Oh no,
I
yeah.
think it's just over. I want to say it's just over 100. No, it's 98. 98.
Okay.
So not too far off, but about 20 off from where you are.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you were like sitting at like 40% or something, I was gonna be like, wow. Like,
No, I mean I did so they have a lot of options. Like for example, so here's what they have for options. So Dom's got this purple one, and I got this orange one right here. The labels are a little different, but they have a lot of different bourbon options, and those are all bourbons. All different proofs.
I
So
think the green label is their rise, from what I saw.
yeah, and they have different logos for the horse and stuff like that. But yeah, I had never heard of them before, and I mean, it's a really good company. Here's a little backstory and kind of like how they make their bourbon. It says blended and proof to be different. Each release of our bourbon and rye is crafted to create the most balanced expression possible. Distinct. It's nestled in 113 acres of rolling hills in the Castle and Key Distillery. It was only founded in 2010, so it's fairly new. Yeah, it's Kentucky bred, obviously, clearly. And it's aged anywhere from 3 to 8 years is their timeline. So a very good and young company that does great bourbon. All the bourbon I've had, they've been around for a long time. So this is definitely one of the newer bottles that I have, which is nice. So
yeah, I thought it'd be cool to do one that, it's like it's
themed.
It's themed and it's only released once a year. So
yeah, no, I like that too. All right, let's get back to it. There you go. Brandy said she's pretty sure she had the purple too. There you go. And she's also had the cask strength rye. So there you go.
This is I'm pretty sure this is the strongest bourbon I've ever had.
I mean that sounds like the strongest bourbon I would ever have.
Yeah, I don't remember having 120 proof bourbon.
I had to look through my whiskey at home to see if I have anything even close to that. And if this is the closest one, because I mean 98 from off the top of my head might be the closest I have to that. Because that's
I don't even know if I have anything over 100 right now.
That's what I'm saying. That's a high bourbon.
I was oof.
You bought it last week too, right? So you've had it for a week and didn't realize?
No, yeah, I just bought it and like came home, put it on the shelf, and I was like, all right, I'll save it. And then you sent me that thumbnail, and I was like, huh, this is orange. And then I saw that there's a high proof and just the normal. Oh, shit. And I didn't look at it either.
Wingblade, he lives like right around the corner from me.
Wingblade.
Oh, that's right. The theater. The movies. Yeah, Wingblade. Next time we'll have a glass. I'll invite you over for a glass when we do some studying for you.
I would never make you wait outside. You're invited over. I'd let you right in.
Oh my God, Brandy, 130 proof? Holy
I don't even know.
Lord.
Yeah, jeez.
Like I said, she's in Whiskey University, so she's big shit. All right, let's get back to it. We have 3 left. 3 left here. Which one are you going to reveal next, Dom?
I'm going to go with what I labeled as my professional.
Okay.
So just my kind of veteran thief, he'll have all the wisdom, and he's been in the game for a while. So I'm going with Neil McCauley, which is Robert De Niro's character from the movie Heat.
I've never seen Heat.
How dare you belittle me?
You know what's funny about this? Okay, so true story. I was sitting earlier today so I've been up since 3:30 for work. I had to go to job site early. I got to the office and I was like, okay, I don't have that much to do. I swear to you, I was about to rent Heat on YouTube and watch it while I was working, and then I got slammed with work. I almost watched it before we did this because of this. I knew for a fact that I would get hate because I've never seen Heat.
It's okay. It's all good.
I'll watch Heat before next weekend if you watch it on in 60 seconds.
Deal. I hadn't seen it in a long time, but I rewatched it this week because I was like, do I really need an excuse? But this gave me an excuse. All right, so I'll tippy toe around it, but it's Michael Mann, and I had to put someone from a Michael Mann movie in this list as well. But he also lives by a code, and well, not really a code, but he has rules for himself.
Is he the good
And
guy or the bad guy?
there are no good guys in this movie.
There's no good, because when I did research, it was Val Kilmer's character that popped up a lot.
Val Kilmer's character, I mean, I don't want to ruin anything, but yeah, he's the gunner. I'd say he's the gunner.
Okay.
Right. And really, Neil McCauley's the mastermind. So I'm not using him in that role though. So I'm gonna have we'll see how that plays out amongst my team, because there might be a fight for power.
Yeah.
But just from how he handles the situations, you'll see in the movie when you watch it. Just a veteran, cool as a cucumber for the most part. You'll see how it plays out. But they're just, oh man, I wish you had seen this, but he's also very, very capable with a weapon. So if we got to get it in a shootout, I know you can. Oh man, it's just wait.
All right.
There's some great scenes. It is kind of a long movie. I think it's like 2.5 hours.
For that type of movie, does not matter.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yelling. So.
All right. I'll definitely watch it before next weekend. I've been meaning to for a long time, but I just never got around to it. All right. I'm gonna go with my tech/fixer-upper, which you already revealed. I wanted to go with a character in this franchise, another character in this franchise, but I felt like it kind of would have been cheating. So I'm going to be going with Benji Dunn from the Mission Impossible movies.
Great pick. Great.
I wanted to go Ethan Hunt, but I'm like, that's kind of cheating. Like, he's like a super spy, so it's like almost cheating. Benji Dunn, a lot of the times, gets thrown into the mix when he's not supposed to be. Mm-hmm. On my team, he's going to stay back in a car or a building somewhere, not be involved, but do something from afar. Not only that, but he controls the extra faces, which I 100% need on my team. Yeah. And Simon Pegg is just an absolute delight. So how can you not love a Benji Dunn on your heist team?
That is a great pick. Yeah. He was on my long list. I kind of thought since I have a team full of so far they're criminals. They are, they have felonies and stuff on the record. I was like, would having Ethan Hunt work with my team, or would he just try to put him on prison? But yes, Benji is a good pick. He would have been in my top 5 for tech.
Okay. So far, not a single overlap.
Which is great.
We're 4 down, and we don't have a single overlap yet.
I'm loving it. I don't think we will.
Crossing my fingers.
But I'm gonna go with what I'd put as my wild card. So they could bring my group down, and you have the power to veto this one, because I did in our discussion. I said no soups, no super. I didn't want you to have Magneto come in and take the vault down. But I chose Selena Kyle, Anne Hathaway's character.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. She doesn't have any powers. I'm going Dark Knight Rises. I mean, if you want to go with Michelle Pfeiffer's character, you can. But I don't remember that movie at all. So I'm going with Anne Hathaway's character, because she does have, just the thief skills, but she's also the grifter. So I need a grifter and a con woman. So I'm going with that character.
That's good. That's good.
If I need, the damsel in distress, and then she takes out 3 guards out of nowhere, that'll be very helpful for the squad.
That's really good. So when you said no soups, and it's rightfully so, I tried my best to stay away from everything comic book related, because it's so hard. Because honestly, I would love to choose someone like Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Black Widow or someone, but I don't want to. I wanted to be different just because I like to be. But with that said, I also have my wild card. And you also have the power to veto this because this can very well be vetoed. I just couldn't help myself. I really could not help myself.
Okay.
Han Solo.
No, that's fine.
How could I have a heist team without Han Solo? Like,
it's still the Whiskey Jedi. You did it.
Yes, you
did it.
And
it's the
he
Star
is the
Wars
ultimate.
podcast.
He's the ultimate thief in the galaxy. He is the scoundrel. Bounty hunters are after him for all 7 movies that he's in. It just makes sense. And I don't know how well he would fit in with others. And that being said, he would also be on Earth and not in the galaxy, so he wouldn't be flying ships. He'd be driving cars, which is very interesting to think about. But yeah, Han Solo. I mean, I just couldn't help myself. So
I think you're fine because I was thinking, like, if you can fly a spaceship, you can drive a car.
Yeah.
I mean, you could figure it out
Absolutely.
in a day. Like,
Absolutely.
Hey, we can make you a driver in a day.
And in Solo, he was driving a speeder, which is a car.
Perfect. Yep. Crossover is there.
Just
hey, instead of it hovering above the ground, there's 4 tires connecting.
I almost went with Chewbacca, but then I figured nobody else would be able to understand him, so it wouldn't have worked well. So I went with Han.
I feel like it would also be a dead giveaway. It's like, hey, every time the big hairy thing comes into a bank, it gets robbed.
Yeah, Benji's mask would not help that situation. All right, real quick, Rachel here. She's asking if we can update it for latecomers. Dom, why don't you go ahead and read your list off so far?
All right, so the first one I believe I did my driver, which was Frank Martin, the character from The Transporter, Jason Statham, all 3 of them. Then I went my tech, hacker, I believe, and I did Lisbeth Salander. She is the character from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo or Kick the Hornet's Nest, or I think the other one's like the girl who played with fire. Then I did a lieutenant, right-hand man, Raymond. That's Charlie Hunnam's character from The Gentleman. And then my professional veteran.
That's a great pick.
Neil McCauley, Robert De Niro's character from Heat. My wild card is Selena Kyle, Anne Hathaway's character from Dark Knight Rises.
I also started with a Jason Statham character. I did Arthur Bishop from The Mechanic. He is my specialist. He's a kind of a weapons and killer, if you will. I did a safecracker. I did Charlize Theron Stella from The Italian Job. I followed that up with my driver, which was Memphis Reigns, Nicolas Cage from Gone in 60 Seconds. And then I revealed Benji Dunn from the Mission Impossible franchise as my tech / fixer-upper, which is Simon Pegg. So there you go. There's our 4 so far. And Han Solo. Sorry, and Han Solo.
Okay, Han. I was like, you're missing.
Yeah. Han Solo as my wild card. Yeah, I'll call him a wild card because he very much is a wild card. So we revealed 5. This is our mastermind, our final pick of the evening. The one who kind of brings everybody together and makes sure this plan goes according to plan. All right, Dom, who you got? Who you going with? I swear to you, if we have the same person,
there's no chance. There's no chance we do. I'll tell you that it destroys me internally, but I do not have anyone from a Soderbergh movie.
Neither do I.
Okay. Okay, that's where I thought you might be going. Wow. Okay.
I do not have Danny Ocean for all of you asking.
Yes. I just didn't feel like as my team, my team is for high stakes. Like,
agreed.
We're probably going to commit murder. So,
I have a couple of those on my team. Yeah.
I don't remember anyone getting murdered in the Ocean movies. But my leader is Dalton Russell, which is Clive Owen's character from Inside Man.
Oh, I've never seen Inside Man.
Oh my goodness. Killing me. Okay, I'll tippy-toe around it again.
That's Denzel and Clive Owen, right?
Correct. Spike Lee, Jodie Foster.
I've never seen it.
The first time I ever saw Chiwetel
Ejiofor?
Yes, that's how you pronounce it. Yep, he's partners with Denzel in that movie.
So Clive Owen's the good guy?
No, he's robbing the bank.
Oh, so Denzel's the good guy.
Denzel is the cop, and then there's other stuff in the background, but you'll see when you watch it, he planned the perfect bank heist, and he tells you out front that he did it.
Facts, Rachel.
Rachel, like, who am I dealing with? What is this? No tea, no inside man. But
Such a rookie on my own podcast.
he is cool as he is cool as a cucumber, I will say. And he will tippy toeing. He's gonna make you believe what he wants you to believe.
I might have to watch this tonight. Is this one shorter than Heat?
Oh yeah, it's gotta be. Heat's
Okay.
like 2.5. I'd be surprised if it's probably right around the 2 hour mark.
Okay. All right.
But I mean,
All right.
Heat does move. I want to say Heat moves. Like it's a heist movie, so it usually like.
So Inside Man's like one of those movies where it's almost like The Town, where something happens and then you see like a plan come together.
Inside Man takes place at one bank and one bank only. It is one heist, and it's the whole time at the one bank. Yes.
I love that.
So yeah, where other heist movies, The Town, they commit a bunch. They're hitting armored trucks and all that. Heat, there is multiple robberies and robbery attempts.
Okay.
So I would say that, yeah, this is the only movie that is like that I have on here that is one. If for a strict heist movie, it's all in one place. Because it is also
there's a whopping 40-minute difference. There you go.
Yeah, little over 2 hours.
All right, good to know. Thank you, Brandy. Well, I'm happy to say that our lists are completely different.
We did it.
I do not have Clive Owen from Inside Man. I have a character, and I went back and forth on a lot of characters in this situation because there's a lot of them throughout a lot of movies. You can kind of place a lot of different people inside this mastermind role. And even though I wrote down a lot of them, when I initially searched for this was the very first thing that I searched for on my heist team. I knew for a fact I needed this person on my team. It's one of my favorite movies ever. And it's my favorite Nolan film. Okay. I'm going with Cobb from Inception.
Yes.
Leonardo DiCaprio. If the dude could heist your dreams, he could heist anything. Like, come on. That is a mastermind of all masterminds. I also just love the idea of Inception. It still just like entrances me every time I watch it. Like, I'm just like so in awe of what that movie is and the plan that Cobb puts together. I know that a lot of people could argue that the plan helps when Joseph Gordon-Levitt gets involved, when Tom Hardy's involved, like it all kind of comes together because they're really big pieces of it. But ultimately, it was Cobb and Cobb alone that really designed everything and created that. And that all happened because of him. And so, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, Cobb, Inception.
And if I remember right, he's got a pretty cool first name.
What's funny is when you Google it, it literally just says Cobb. It just says Cobb.
Or what's Tom Hardy's character's name?
Amos?
No, is it? I'm pretty sure Cobb's got a cool first name. I'm pretty sure.
Let me look this up. Let's see. This is great radio, everybody. Dominic Cobb?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's what you were calling for.
I knew it.
He doesn't look like a Dominic.
Cobb is how I got to Selena Kyle because I was like, okay, I'm gonna look into Nolan. It's like, all right, Inception is a heist movie, and then kind of looked through the filmography. I was like, oh, what if I had Catwoman? So, Inception, I was there, and I was looking through it, but I didn't pull the trigger.
Catwoman's a great pick. Catwoman is a really, really good pick because look, she doesn't have powers. She is a legit thief. That's how she became who she is.
Is it? Yeah, like when you first see her in the movie, I believe
she's stealing pearls.
She's pretending to be his maid, right?
Yeah, she's stealing pearls from Bruce Wayne. Yeah. So it just made sense. It
found her way into the house.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
No, I think that I mean, look, our lists are great. I think they're so diverse and different, but I think Cobb is definitely the one that kind of like, for lack of a better term, he's kind of like the wild card where people might like try to be, well, it wasn't really him. Like he didn't design everything. And because Elliot Page's character in the movie, he designed everything inside the movie. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character like placed everything. And so I could see the argument, but ultimately at the end of the day, at the end of the movie, everything revolved around Cobb. So
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, and he was the force that kind of cohesed it all together.
absolutely. And it's so you've seen everything but Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Heat or Inside Man.
Correct.
I imagine that those Rotten Tomato scores for your movies and my movie are vastly different.
Because that's like you said, it's a guilty pleasure movie for
It's
you.
100% a guilty pleasure.
But it's not like good Nick Cage, is it? Like
it's the best Nick Cage.
Okay.
It's the purest and best Nick Cage of all. It's Delroy Lindo is the cop in the movie. Timothy Olyphant is his partner. What's his first name? Oh my god, I'm forgetting his first name. He was in. Oh, now I have to look it up. I'm gonna be so mad. Let's see.
Speaking of Delroy Lindo, I did rewatch. Have you ever seen Heist? That movie Heist?
No.
Gene Hackman. Oh, geez.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to the list as well.
Gene Hackman and Delroy Lindo are partners, and they're just mastermind.
I'm gonna write that down.
So that was a good movie. There's just like downright bad editing in the movie, but like at the end of the day, it's Gene Hackman and Delroy Lindo, and that's like kind of magic.
So do you know like of Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yes.
So you know who's in it?
Okay, I might be out of
so like Angelina Jolie,
character of Jason of Nick Cage, right?
Angelina Jolie.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say, but I was like, man, I was out of left
field. Giovanni Ribisi plays his brother, and Robert Duvall plays like his mentor, if you will, kind of.
Yeah, the cast is really good then.
It's incredible. And Christopher Eccleston, who played the terrible Elf King in Thor: The Dark World, is the villain in the movie.
He appeared in other movies? I thought he was strictly that guy.
Wait, hold on. No, he's let's see.
I couldn't tell you what that guy looks like.
28 Days Later, I guess. Interesting.
When did Gone in 60 Seconds come out?
2000.
Oh,
21 years ago.
I was gonna say I thought it was like a 90s movie, but I mean that's a 90s movie. 2000 still counts.
Oh, he was the bad guy in not Christopher Eccleston was the bad guy in G.I. Joe: Rise of Cobra. Remember that terrible movie? Tell me you've seen that at least.
I've seen it. I've definitely seen all the G.I. Joe movies. Definitely have. I put myself through it, but Channing
we
Tatum
saw
there.
Snake Eyes together, obviously. So we at least saw Snake Eyes. So all right, let's run through our list one more time for the viewers. Anybody who's watching live or back on the replay. Dom, I'll let you go first. Who are your 6 for your ultimate heist team?
All right, I'll start with my leader this time, the one I just said, but that's Dalton Russell, Clive Owen for Inside Man.
Okay.
My driver is Frank Martin, Jason Statham, Transporter. My tech hacker, Swiss Army Knife, Lisbeth Salander, Rooney Mark's character from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. My lieutenant, fixer, right-hand man is Raymond, Charlie Hunnam's character from The Gentleman. My professional vet is Neil McCauley, Robert De Niro's character from Heat, which Jake has not seen. And my wild card is Selena Kyle, Anne Hathaway's character from Dark Knight Rises. I'd throw it in there. You have one you can say. You can throw it right back.
I'm legit like if my day at work tomorrow is super slow, I'm legit turning both Heat and Inside Man on. Like I'm renting them, I'm watching them. Game over. All right, my team.
B Squad tomorrow. I'm just gonna send you.
What?
Like, hey, here's my B Squad, by the way. We'll do whatever you want with it.
I'll start with my mastermind. I had Cobb from Inception, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'll go with my driver next. Memphis Reigns, the greatest driver to ever grace movie screens. Nicolas Cage from Gone in 60 Seconds. I had Han Solo as my wild card just because you need a little scruffy nerve herder in there. My safe cracker, I had Stella from The Italian Job, Charlize Theron. I also had Benji Dunn as my tech / fixer-upper. That was Simon Pegg for Mission Impossible. And then finally, as my specialist, a.k.a. my weapons specialist, I had Arthur Bishop from The Mechanic. That is Jason Statham.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, I just love that none of them were the same. Like
I'm pretty pumped about that. You know, like you had some that were on my list. I'm glad that you had someone who was strictly listed as a safe cracker because I didn't really put a safe cracker. But
there's very few like safe crackers
yeah,
in heist movies. Like it's just usually designated to someone, or they like blow it up essentially.
do you have a person that it is absolutely killing you that you did not speak their name right now on the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have one that is
go ahead.
it's also a Michael Mann movie, and that is Frank from Thief. James Wan. That is my safe cracker. If I had a safe cracker, it'd be him. He's just more of a loner, so it wouldn't work with the team, so I didn't put him on there. But yeah, Thief. I said it.
Real quick, Rachel here. Do these teams go head to head in the same heist?
Why not?
Whose team do you think would win? I mean, obviously we're gonna put each other's, but
I mean,
my mastermind, he steals dreams. Like, just saying.
Is it fair because my mastermind and like my veteran, you don't even know what they're capable of. I was like,
you don't know what Arthur Bishop is capable of. You've never seen The Mechanic.
Okay. And like a driver drives. Like we know good drivers.
But, well, that's the thing. I mentioned them already, but I had the two drivers on my list. I had Driver, which he's just called Driver in Drive for Ryan Gosling, and then obviously Baby from Baby Driver. Two of my favorite driving movies and two of my favorite characters. But the big one that I left off, and you might laugh at this, but it's just because I hold him in such a high regard and I love the character, Brian O'Connor from Fast and Furious.
No, I was wondering if any of us would have. Well, I knew I wasn't going to.
But I was never going to put like Dom on my team because
you already have one.
Well, true, but
get confusing in a heist.
But like the Fast and Furious movies are heist movies, but let's be real, they're not heist teams. They're not.
No,
they are car drivers. That's what they are.
It's not a heist team. It's a heist family. They tell you in every movie they're a family, Jake.
But I thought Brian O'Connor, just because one, as a getaway driver, he's incredible behind the wheel, and two, he's an FBI agent. Like, duh.
He knows how they think.
Like, that's the big thing that I was going for. One, he knows how they think. Two, he can kind of work around things being in the FBI. Like, duh. No brainer. So.
Yeah, I think I'd vote for my team we both vote for our teams, but I'll leave it up to.
Of course you're gonna vote for your own team.
But I'll tell you what, you watch Inside Man and Heat, and I'll watch Gone in 60 Seconds.
And The Mechanic.
And The Mechanic.
We'll do 2 for 2. We'll do 2 for 2.
Is there multiple?
There's two mechanics, but just do the first.
Okay.
Just two. We'll do 2 for 2.
All right.
Your movies are arguably rated way better than my movies, but whatever. I mean,
they gotta be.
I know Heat's considered like one of the greatest like action movies of all time. So
I think like Heat's probably like the greatest heist movie in most. Like if you typed in greatest heist movies, I feel like Heat would be that, and like Ocean's 11 are on every list. But yeah, I like it's Michael Mann magic. Like I don't know what to tell you.
That's fair. I get it. Michael Mann's the man.
In that movie, that's just like.
I might legit go turn this on right now.
I mean, if you got to cut it up in 2, whatever. But I don't know what your day's like tomorrow, but like, it's a good watch. And there's just a John Voight looks amazing. I don't care what
he's in this movie.
He's in the movie, and he looks fantastic. What the whole thing he's got going on, it's great. I love it.
John Voight is in Heat.
Here, their team is Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer,
Al Pacino,
Tom Sizemore before he goes like off the deep end.
Okay.
And Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo's in Heat?
Yes. There is
Okay,
a temporary fifth member, but that is the core four of his heist team.
I'm 1,000% watching this tonight. I don't care. I'm staying up. I'm watching it.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad I could.
Wow. I didn't know Danny Trejo was in Heat.
And his name in the movie? Trejo.
Machete.
No, it's Trejo.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what just hey Trejo. I don't know if that's his first name, his last name, or just code name, but yeah, it's Trejo.
All right, fair enough. I'll report back next week after watching Heat. Yes, Sean, I've never watched Heat. Haven't you been watching this the whole time? I've said it multiple times. Oh,
He's
wait.
outside. He can't hear.
There we go. Me neither. Oh, okay. Nice joke, bud. Nice joke. Brandy, I would love to do a Heat watch along, but one, that's 2.5 hours of my life that I may never get back. That's a long time on camera. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll
enjoy that movie by yourself for the first time. Then go back.
Yeah.
If you want to do it.
All right, everyone. Well, there it is. Our official heist teams. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. A lot of different names. 12 different names, in fact, because neither of us had any kind of overlap, which is the first time that Dom and I have done that. Being that last time we did this, we had the same number one on our rankings, which was a lot of fun. You'll definitely be seeing Dom back. As I mentioned up top, he sent me a list of like 6 things to do, and we're definitely going to be doing them. And we're both whiskey lovers, so we're definitely going to be drinking some more whiskey, whether it's a new one or just an old one to kind of sip and hang out. You'll definitely see us back. Dom, thank you as always, man. I appreciate you joining me, dude.
I'm going to have to find one that's not going to put me down for the count.
Don't listen to Brandy if she recommends one because she loves those high counts, apparently.
No, I'm good with high. I just was not expecting this. I was like, woof. This it's good, but
well, cheers, buddy. Cheers to some Pinhook Bourbon Heist, rightfully named for today's show. To Brandy, Sean, Brian, Rachel, Gio, I saw you there earlier. Thank you guys so much for watching live. Appreciate it. Everyone watching on the replay. You guys can check this out on podcast form as well. If you guys don't want to watch on video, which is totally fine. I know that we could be, a little ugly sometimes. I understand that. You can check that out on Anchor, Apple. Well, speaking for myself anyway. I won't speak for Dom. Apple, Spotify, Anchor. Check that out on podcast form. And then make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button for all kinds of cool Whiskey Jedi content. As I mentioned, it's not just Star Wars. There's going to be a lot of other fun stuff on this channel. TV reviews, movies, stuff like that. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And Dom, appreciate it, my brother. Thank you again so much, dude. And we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, Soderbergh. I'm sorry.